name derives from two Latin words, turdus meaning thrush, and migratorius derived from migrare, meaning to migrate. So literally, turdus migratorius translates to thrush to migrate. And as we go about this episode, you'll kind of be able to relate the facts to this name. So that's the etymology. Hello everyone, good morning. I hope you're doing well today, and I hope your day is going great. If not, that is totally fine. Welcome to the Early Bird Weekly Podcast, where we talk about birds. I'm Rutiksha Satish Kumar, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the American robin. We will look into some interesting facts about the American robin, and sometimes go off track with what's happening outside my window. Right now, it's raining. It's been raining for a while, actually since yesterday. I personally really love rainy days. I don't know if the birds do, but I just feel like it's very comfortable sitting at home, reading my book, recording my podcast. It just gives me a lot of time to do a lot of things and catch up on stuff. Yeah, I love rainy days. I do see a lot of birds outside now that summer has started, and one common bird that I see is the American robin. And you might have seen it in your backyard as well, because it's found all across North America and it's very common. But it doesn't mean that it does not have interesting facts. We definitely do not want to overlook the common birds because they have so much to them. My channel, if you have noticed, has a mix of both exotic and common birds. That is to show that every species is unique and it has something interesting. Yeah, so before we go into the episode, I just wanted to give you a little update of why I haven't been posting for a long time. So the main reason for it is a lot of stuff was happening in my life that I had to sort out, and I didn't want any of that drama to kind of reflect on things that I'm passionate about. So I kind of stopped doing a lot of stuff, took a little break, and now I'm back. I'm painting again, I'm recording my podcast again, I'm crocheting, I'm reading, so all of my hobbies are back. I just had to reset myself, and summer has been very helpful for that because it gives me a lot of time to kind of reset and do the things I want to do. I've been on a couple of hikes already. I've been hanging out with my friends, and it's been really fun. Yeah, I hope that you understand why I haven't been posting. So now let's get into the episode and learn about this very interesting bird, the American robin. So the American robin, or Turdus migratorius, is a migratory songbird that belongs to the thrush family. It is named after the European robin because of its reddish-orange breast, though the two species are not closely related. So that's pretty interesting to see. The European robin and the American robin kind of look the same. There's a few differences in their appearance, and of course in the places that they're found, but they're named after each other because of, the similarities in their appearance rather than them being related, which is very interesting. According to the Partners in Flight database 2019, the American robin is the most abundant bird in North America, ahead of the red-winged blackbirds, introduced European starlings, mourning doves, and house finches. A network of over 150 organizations dedicated to land bird conservation, and it maintains two primary scientific databases managed by the Bird Conservancy of the Rockies. So it is just, it's like a congregation of all the conservatory organizations, which is very nice to see. Sorry for my pronunciation, they're very big words. Anyways, going back to more facts. The American robin is a pretty average bird based on, weight and length. It weighs from 59 to 94 grams, and its length ranges from 23 to 28 centimeters. So pretty average. If we go more into their appearance, the American robin has a brown back and a reddish-orange breast. So this reddish-orange breast is why they were named after the European robins, if you remember that. And it can vary from a rich red maroon to a peachy orange. So it's not just, one color. It can vary in shades. And its head actually varies from jet black to gray, with white eye arcs, and the throat is white with black streaks. So it's a pretty unique bird. I'll attach a picture here so you can see. It's very unique in terms of appearance. It has a lot going on. Its belly and undertail coverts are white. So coverts are like overlapping feathers, and they sometimes give the pattern for the bird in their feathers, and it's very pretty. So that's white. And the bill, or the beak, is mainly yellow with a variably dark tip, and the dusky area becomes more extensive in the winter. Really interesting to see how birds kind of can change color, even if it's just a little bit. And of course the legs and feet are brown like most birds. So this is called sexual dimorphism. It is a phenomenon where the male and the female organisms have different traits. Even if it's just slight changes in color or shade, they're still different, and it is very helpful for scientists to figure out the sex of the organism because of these differentiations. Most of the differences are physical, and in this case, the female American robin is much duller than the male. And if we look at the baby American robin, the juvenile, it is paler in color, and it has dark spots on its breast, and it has whitish wing coverts. So that part is kind of similar, but it does have dark spots, which is kind of unique. So I hope you found the appearance of the American robin pretty interesting. I really think that they're very interesting birds to look at because there's a lot going on, but also they're very easy to describe. Now let's get into some science, like scientific facts. First up is the etymology of this bird. The etymology means the origin of the scientific name. A lot of organisms have Latin origins, Greek origins, and sometimes French even when it comes to their scientific names, because a lot of scientists all over the world kind of made these discoveries over time, and they named these organisms based on their knowledge and convenience. So yeah, there's a bunch of origins, and it's very interesting to learn about them. So in this case, the scientific name Turdus migratorius was first described by Carl Linnaeus in 1766. So Carl Linnaeus is maybe someone you've already heard of, but just to give a brief overview, he was a Swedish biologist, physician, and botanist, and he was also recognized as the father of modern taxonomy. So taxonomy is the system of naming. So scientific names are usually, they follow a system, and Carl Linnaeus was a very big figure in that. He formalized binomial nomenclature, the universal system of naming organisms using two Latin words, genus and species, which remains the standard in biological sciences today. So if you're in high school or if you're older, you'll definitely know about this because a lot of biology classes teach this primarily. In this case, the binomial nomenclature for our bird is Turdus migratorius. So Turdus is their genus and migratorius is their species. So yeah, just to make that connection. So going back to the etymology, this name derives from two Latin words, Turdus meaning thrush, and migratorius derived from migrare, meaning to migrate. So literally, Turdus migratorius translates to thrush to migrate. And as we go about this episode, you'll kind of be able to relate the facts to this name. So that's the etymology. We can also learn a little bit about their family, which is pretty interesting. I did some research about it, so why not? So these birds come from the family Turdidae. And the Turdidae is a thrush family. Thrushes are small to medium-sized ground-living birds that feed on insects, other invertebrates, and fruit. Some unrelated species around the world have also been named after thrushes due to their similarity to birds in this family. So we can make a very good connection between the European robin and the American robin here, because it's very common for species outside of the Turdidae family to resemble the thrushes inside the Turdidae family, such as how the European robin resembles our American robin, which belongs to the Turdidae family, and that's why they're named after each other. So this isn't only common in American robins, it seems like. It's common in a lot of birds in the thrush family, or the Turdidae family, which is pretty interesting. So it comes from the Turdidae family. It contains a lot of thrushes, such as the song thrush, the missel thrush, the fieldfare, the eastern bluebird, and the common blackbird. So this family has over 180 to 300 species of birds, and I did not want to list every one of them. It would probably take me a few episodes to get through all of them. So these are just a few examples. As for our bird, it comes from the genus Turdus, as we saw in the binomial nomenclature. And the species name would be Turdus migratorius, as we saw. So I hope you enjoyed learning about the family Turdidae, as that is where our American robins belong. And so do a lot of thrushes that you probably see in your backyard. Now let's move on to the geography of the American robin, or places where they're found. As mentioned before, they are found all throughout North America, from Alaska and Canada southward to northern Florida and Mexico. So they're found everywhere in North America. While some birds occasionally overwinter in the northern part of the United States and southern Canada, most of them actually migrate. So some of the birds, they stay, they don't migrate, they stay in the United States and southern Canada, while other birds, they migrate to Florida and the Gulf Coast and central Mexico, where it's much warmer in the winter. Oh, they also migrate to the Pacific coast. Yeah, I left that out, sorry. The American robins inhabit dense forests, woodlands, tundra, shrubland, and more open farmland. And they're also common in gardens, orchards, and city parks. So these birds are very adaptable to a lot of places, because as you can see, they're found all the way from woodlands to even city parks. So yeah, as we go deeper into the facts, you'll realize why they're more adapted as we look into their diet, their habits, communication skills, and whatsoever. Yeah, but I do have to end this episode here because I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna make these episodes much smaller, as I am quite busy, even in the summer. I made it a priority to kind of focus on the quality of the episodes, because it does get very, hard to edit, and I would rather do a good job editing a smaller episode than focus on a very long one and not really be able to produce all my creativity in it. Because I do enjoy editing, and I don't want it to be a laborious task for me. So I'm gonna end this episode here, but part 2 is coming soon. There's so many other facts that I need to cover, and I'm very excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's so nice seeing you after all this time, and enjoy your summer if you are on vacation. If not, enjoy your day. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!